With everything that is going on in our country today, everything that we are experiencing, you have to understand that our children they are not tethered to anything, that we are tethered by a thread because of how we were raised. We remember our grandparents, and you have to be uber vigilant. Our whole culture right now is set up for you and the values that we grew up on to lose. Let me give you an example. I don't know if you've ever seen the TV show Glee, but this show stands out and stands for almost every value that I have. I've seen this episode or this show twice with my wife this year, and I've watched it in stunned horror combined with a sense of admiring awe. It is a brilliant, brilliant show. Very, very, very well done. But it is a horror show. If you've never seen it, it's about a high school glee club. All of the characters are extremely good-looking, extremely talented. Everybody in here, she's, by the way, hysterical. Everybody in here is somebody that your kids would want to be like. Except everybody is sleeping with everybody else. There's no values. It's all self-gratification. It's a nightmare. Well, we're watching this show, and the dialogue, very funny, but presenting in that dialogue is just storylines that are horrifying. Brilliant songs and performances, brilliantly edited, brilliantly shot. I watched this scene. Last time I saw this must have been maybe 2 months ago. And I said to my wife, play a little bit of this, please. This is at the end of the episode. It goes on. It is brilliant. Brilliant. I looked at my wife and I said, there is no way to beat this. There is no way to beat this. And it will go by most people, and they'll say, oh, it's no big deal. Pay attention to the lyrics. This is Sing by Chemical Romance. And I love it. I love it. But listen to the lyrics. Cleaned up. Corporation progress, dying in the process. Children that can talk about it, living in the railways. People moving sideways. Sell it to your last days. Buy yourself the motivation generation. Nothing. Nothing but a dead scene. Product of a white dream. This is propaganda, and it's an anthem. It's an anthem saying, join us. How can you and I possibly win against that? Then I remembered a story about my chief of staff, Joe Carey. He's always right on the other side of a camera. He is a guy that I admire so much. I think I admire his grandparents and his mother more than him. Joe's mom escaped from North Korea. When Joe and his siblings were young, one day she found the kids watching TV instead of doing their homework. This is a woman who worked at a 7-Eleven when she came to America. And she came in tired. And she looked at the kids and said, what are you doing? And they said, we'll do it after this show. She picked up the TV. She's about this tall. And she picked up the TV and she threw it out into the front lawn. This is the kind of white trash that I can appreciate. Joe said he didn't have a TV in the house again until he was about 18. Now, for most kids, that would be Armageddon. No Glee, no American Idol, no MTV. What? No reason to live. Maybe the worst thing you could do is maybe give them a cell phone. What? No text? Well, without TV, here's what happened to Joe's family. Joe's brother wound up with something like 1,500 doctorates. I think he actually has a doctorate and a PhD from Oxford, 3 master's degrees. He's now a tenured professor and is at 3 of the prestigious universities. His sister is like a modern-day Florence Nightingale, registered nurse, an attorney, works in the healthcare administration on one of the hospitals that she oversees, the oldest in America, the one founded by Ben Franklin. Joe, he's kind of a loser in the family. He works for me. But at one time, he was somebody with a future. He worked at the White House. He served at the New Jersey Supreme Court. His fall from grace is now complete. But Joe's mother was on to something. We don't have to live by the standards that everybody else has set, that society has set. And you know what is right. Now, I think there's a very important show at 5 o'clock that you should watch. But other than that, maybe Joe's mom was right. Maybe she was on to something.